The confirmed number of coronavirus cases in Los Angeles County comes to 827,498. The confirmed number of deaths reaches 10,850. Here in Torrance, the total number of confirmed cases is 4,208, with total confirmed deaths at 95. We anticipate those local numbers to change as the county updates its last 24-hour operating period. Welcome to COVID-19 Today. I'm Leslie Robbins. It's 4 p.m. on this first Monday of January. Happy New Year to all of you at home, and thank you so much for joining us. Los Angeles County continues to be the leading COVID-19 hotbed in the nation, as startling statistics show that every 6 seconds, someone is getting infected and dying every 15 minutes due to the coronavirus. The county's Department of Public Health officials held a press briefing today, stating nearly 1 in 5 residents currently testing are infected with COVID-19, with COVID cases doubling in just a single month from 400,000 to 800,000. Starting the new year, the county reached another grim milestone with more than 800,000 coronavirus cases and more than 10,000 deaths to date. Workplaces also continue to remain an area of growing concern amid new outbreaks at retail establishments as well as other businesses deemed essential. The massive increase in cases makes the chances of workplace transmission higher, and any long-distance travelers from outside the greater Southern California region are now required to quarantine at home for a minimum of 10 days to help slow the spread of the virus. The Southern California region includes these 11 counties: Los Angeles, Imperial, Inyo, Orange, Mono, Riverside, San Bernardino, San Diego, San Luis Obispo, Santa Barbara, and Ventura counties. The order impacts anyone who travels from beyond those counties, whether it's by air, car, train, or any form of transportation. This also applies to both residents and non-residents. Santa Clara, along with San Francisco, now also have similar mandatory orders in place. The regional stay-at-home order prohibits hotels and other lodging companies from offering rooms to people visiting for tourism and leisure. Well, California Governor Gavin Newsom held a press briefing this afternoon to give updates on the state's response to the COVID-19 pandemic. Newsom warned that California is going to see that the worst is yet to come, as post-holiday COVID-19 cases will start to trickle in within the coming days and weeks. The state reported 29,633 new coronavirus cases on Sunday, a number the governor warned was misleading due to reduced testing and closures over the holiday weekend. He says in the next week or so, we'll truly see the full impact of the holiday gatherings and transmission of COVID-19 among family and friends. Currently, there are more than 2.4 million cases and more than 26,600 deaths in the state so far. Newsom also shared an update on the state of the COVID-19 vaccine. He said the state has nearly 1.3 million doses of the Pfizer and Moderna vaccines, with more than 450,000 doses already administered and more than 611 on the way. While this is below the 2 million vaccines the state initially projected to be administered by the end of 2020, the state is currently in what's known as phase 1 of distribution, vaccinating healthcare workers and long-term care residents. The governor says the state has had more issues distributing the Moderna vaccine due to complications with an intermediary. The Pfizer vaccine has been easier to distribute as the state deals directly with the company. The U.S. is braced for another post-holiday coronavirus surge as its death toll passed 350,000, with more predicted in the coming months. According to the Institute for Health Metrics and Evaluation at the University of Washington, the U.S. coronavirus death toll is forecast to hit more than 502,000 people by February 4th, while the country's daily COVID-19 death count is projected to peak about a week later at around 5,489 on February 10th. To date, the total confirmed deaths have already surpassed 350,000 in the U.S., with more than 38,000 deaths attributed to COVID-19. The World Health Organization also suggests, despite the mass vaccination programs, due to people's actions of ignoring public health guidance in many countries over the holiday period, a rise in cases in the early part of 2021 is inevitable. WHO officials say the first 3 months of 2021 are expected to still see an increase in COVID-19 transmission, hospitalizations, and deaths. Hospitals in Los Angeles County are seeing some relief as the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers arrived over the weekend to evaluate and update their oxygen delivery systems. Governor Gavin Newsom said in his press briefing today that there is a statewide oxygen strategy in place as hospitals struggle to provide oxygen for the sickest coronavirus patients in the LA area. The collaboration comes as several aging hospitals struggle to maintain oxygen pressure while treating an unprecedented number of patients with respiratory issues. U.S. Army Corps of Engineers were deployed to 5 facilities in Los Angeles and 2 facilities in San Bernardino counties. Health experts say COVID-19 patients can require up to 10 times as much oxygen as a normal patient. Besides the shortage of oxygen, the hospitals were having a hard time keeping up with demand for oxygen tanks for discharged patients to take home. A team of California National Guardsmen are also expected to arrive in Southern California today to help overwhelmed private mortuaries and hospital morgues. In the meantime, refrigerated trucks are on standby, ready to store the deceased, and mortuaries are said to be turning away bereaved families because of limited space. Newsom says this week he plans to submit a new budget for the upcoming fiscal year, which includes $300 million for vaccine distribution. The money would pay for everything from transport containers to public engagement campaigns. Los Angeles County Supervisor Janice Hahn is hoping to give local restaurant owners and families in need a fighting chance during this pandemic. Hahn announced a new partnership with the Volunteer Center South Bay Harbor Long Beach to help families and small businesses through a new grant. The program includes up to a $5,000 grant for restaurants in the South Bay region that have been hard hit by the COVID-19 pandemic as well, funded by Hahn's office, along with an equal amount given out in gift cards to the same restaurants to go for the families in need. The goal of the broader program is to help restaurants in the county's 4th district while also providing meals to individuals and families. Now, if selected, the restaurant could receive up to $5,000 in a one-time payment. The Volunteer Center will match the amount in gift cards and distribute them to families in need. To be eligible, restaurants must have a fixed brick-and-mortar location with a full-service kitchen, located in Torrance, Hermosa, Redondo, or Manhattan Beach, El Segundo, or Playa del Rey. They can't be a corporate-owned franchise. Restaurant must have a current inspection grade of C or better and is in compliance with the county's COVID-19 related health and safety requirements, and the restaurant must have already been established and operating by March 4th, 2020. Applications are due no later than Monday, January 11th at noon. $50,000 in funding is available, with priority going to restaurants that have not received CARES Act or any other county COVID funds. To learn more, you can email vcprogramsinfo@gmail.com or you can call 888-212-7997. Small businesses struggling from the COVID-19 shutdowns are getting another round of financial help with the latest spending bill passed by Congress. Of the $900 billion approved for COVID-19 relief, about $284 billion is slated for the Paycheck Protection Program, with some changes this time around. Now, to qualify for the latest round of PPP funding, business owners must prove that the business was operating before February 2020, has fewer than 300 employees, and that gross income fell by 25% or more during any quarter in 2019 to 2020. The new loans will be tax deductible, and people can apply even if they previously applied to get a PPP loan from the first round. Nonprofits can also apply for a loan as well. The new loans are capped at $2 million. The deadline to apply for this latest round of financial support is March 31st. 6 new lawmakers were sworn into the Senate as the 117th Congress convened on Sunday afternoon. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell welcomed all senators after they had been sworn in with a message of hope and optimism. The House of Representatives voted along party lines to re-elect Nancy Pelosi as House Speaker again, as she spoke shortly after Senator McConnell. She stressed the most urgent priority, which is to defeat the coronavirus. The California Democrat, who has led her party in the House since 2003, is the only woman to be Speaker. While House Democrats kept control of the House in the November elections, the balance of power has yet to be decided in the Senate, as runoff elections will take place in Georgia tomorrow that will determine which party controls the chamber. Pelosi received 216 votes to 209 votes for Kevin McCarthy, also from California, who will again be the chamber's minority leader. Now, the first day of the new Congress did look different, as only a number of senators were sworn in at a time to minimize crowding. And while normally newly elected lawmakers often bring family members to witness the swearing in, this year members were allowed to have only one guest in the House gallery to watch the proceedings. This comes just 16 days before President-elect Joe Biden and Vice President-elect Kamala Harris are expected to be inaugurated on January 20th. Target is recalling tens of thousands of infant rompers and swimsuits due to a potential choking hazard. Officials say the snaps on these rompers and swimsuits can break or detach, creating a choking hazard for children. According to the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission, the retailer recalled about 181,000 Cat and Jack one-piece rash guard swimsuits and nearly 300,000 Cloud Island infant rompers. The swimsuits were sold in sizes 12 months to 5T and the rompers in sizes newborn to 12 months. Customers were told to immediately take the recalled garments away from children and return to any Target store for a full refund. The agency says the faulty snaps can also cause lacerations and pinching. Well, no big winners yet for both Powerball and Mega Millions lottery, as both of the jackpots have now increased past $400 million. Powerball's jackpot jumped to $410 million and Mega Millions jackpots to $432 million for its next drawing. Now, experts say winners should assemble a team of experienced professionals, an attorney, along with a tax and financial advisor to help navigate the newfound fortune. Note taken. The Mega Millions drawing takes place on Tuesday night. This would be the 10th largest prize in Mega Millions history, and Powerball's multi-state drawing takes place on Wednesday night. An iconic Hollywood landmark is temporarily closing its doors amid the coronavirus surge. Pink's hot dog stand, located on La Brea Avenue near Melrose Avenue, announced they would be open through New Year's weekend until Sunday at 7 p.m. before closing for the next 2 months. Owners say in order to keep patrons and staff safe from the current COVID-19 surge, they will temporarily shut down and return in March. Pink's management says they plan to cover employees' salaries until they could tap into the recently passed stimulus package offering extended unemployment benefits. The legendary hot dog stand has been serving customers since 1939. Now, if you have a hankering for Pink's famous hot dogs, their location at Del Amo Fashion Center's food court is still open for takeout only. Basketball legend Paul Westphal has died at the age of 70. Westphal was a Torrance native who attended and played basketball at USC before being selected 10th overall by the Boston Celtics in the 1972 draft. He later went on to win an NBA title with the Celtics in 1974, then traded to the Phoenix Suns, helping them to their first NBA Finals in 1976. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver praised Westphal as, quote, one of the great all-around players of his era. He turned to coaching in the NBA as well as the NCAA. He was inducted into the Naismith Memorial Hall of Fame in September 2019. His number 44 is retired by the Suns, as is his number 25 by USC. Westphal announced he was diagnosed with brain cancer in August 2020. The Torrance Public Library is kicking off the new year with new virtual programs to keep the community safer at home and busy with fun activities. Beginning on Wednesday, connect with fellow crafters and join in on a Zoom call to share current craft projects with others in the community. This takes place at noon online. Then Friday, that's next Friday, join author and decluttering humorist Jamie Novak as she shares her tips on clearing out the clutter in your home and workplace. You can catch her presentation online as well. Also on Monday, January 11th, a unique selection of crafting kits will be ready to take home and make with your family. These are recommended for school-aged youth. Then in 2 weeks, the library is creating a unique selection of crafting kits designed for adults to discover their creative side. Craft kits will be available to pick up on Tuesday, January 19th from 10 a.m. until 5 p.m. at all library branches. What fun activities! You can learn more at library.torranceca.gov. Well, before we go, at the end of each program, we like to share stories from our community. Feel-good pictures, images, and videos that remind us of how resilient our community is and how Torrance truly cares. Well, the Torrance community came together once again over the holidays as nearly 155 families received care packages thanks to the generosity and kindness of the Torrance Unified School District community. Items like blankets, toys, clothes, gift cards, and canned foods were just some of the many items collected from the donation wish list to help the neediest students and families in Torrance schools. What a wonderful way to come together and help others during this special time of the year. If you have a great story to share, email us at covid19today@torranceca.gov. We'd love to hear from you. Well, that is our update for COVID-19 today. Be sure to tune in tomorrow as Rhiannon Chutanich brings you the latest. Please be safe, stay healthy, and thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
Worried your friend's struggling but don't know how to reach out?
You could say, how are you, or get a fake tattoo. You could ask with an app if it works for you. You could write them a text or knit them a sweater. If you can't be together, you could write them a letter. Whatever gets you talking. Whatever gets you talking. You could chat on the game, kick off your flip-flops. You could ask on your couch while you binge watch. However you do it, you gotta ask a friend. And if they don't share, you can ask again. Whatever gets you talking. Whatever
There are a lot of ways to reach out to a friend about their mental health. Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org.